Alrighty, guys, we're now less than 1 hour away from the Fed funds rate decision, and let me tell you guys, stocks are moving all over the place. The S&P and the NASDAQ are in the red, but the Russell and the Dow are green, so we have a split in the market. The VIX is up 2%. Things are going all over the place, and we have to cover it. Most importantly, though, I want to go over what happens to stocks after rate cuts. What happens after rate cuts? Because we know what happens before rate cuts, especially this go around. The market ripped, right? Heading into this rate decision, but I want to break down what happens after. We'll cover some data in this video, and I want to go over Sofi. We're going to break down the charts, talk about what I'm looking to do, but first, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, join my Patreon if you guys want to keep up with what I'm doing in my portfolio. Every week we post updates on Patreon down below. And with that being said, guys, cheers. Take a sip of your coffee. I'm actually pretty much out of this coffee. Might need to re-up a little here, guys. And now let's dive into it. So SoFi's down just over, now it's just under 2%. Trading at $26.86 on the day after hitting almost the mid-27s this morning. And actually yesterday we were in the mid-27s, guys. We hit almost 27.50 to close the day yesterday on SoFi, and now, well, it's starting to go back to the lows from yesterday. Yesterday we hit about 26.65 in the morning, and now it seems like that is where we're going, right? You guys can see we hit 28 in the pre-market yesterday. Saw that big dump in the morning. Right out of the gate, we sold off about 4.5%. But then we caught ourselves a bit, ran into close, but now we're going back to test this low. So this is the spot in the short term that I'm watching like a hawk, right? Do we hold 26.50, 26.60? That's critical because you guys know the ascending triangle that we called out, we saw resistance at 26.50, right? That was the resistance of the ascending triangle. We ended up breaking out of there. Now we're starting to pull back. Will we hold this spot of support? The ideal thing here for the bulls would be, guys, if we got a double bottom breakout right where we are now, that would be, in a perfect world, ideal for SoFi right now. But it comes down to what's going to happen in the next hour, 2-3 hours, specifically in the press conference from Jerome Powell, the Fed, what's going to be said? What's the outlook, right? That's what it comes down to, because we all know we're going to get a 25 basis point. That's pretty much cemented right now. But what's the outlook, right? And another thing worth mentioning, guys, is the overall market is shaky. Like I said, the overall market's selling off if we're looking at SPY and QQQ, and I'm not surprised. Did we not call this out? Did we not say how we were at all-time highs, super hot, heading into the rate decision? We might get a sell the news event. Is this not something we were saying? We were saying this, right? And we're getting that a little bit here. Not a drastic, sell-off, a crash, but we are seeing a little bit of a drawdown, right? On SPY, on QQQ, it's coming down about $5-6 from all-time highs. So, yeah, we're seeing a little bit of a sell-off as overall, man, the market got super excited heading into this rate decision. And let me show you now what the market does after rate cuts. Let me show you this. This is some interesting data. I was reading this article on the Motley Fool earlier today. Let me show you this. Let's scroll down here a little bit. The article says, the Fed is expected to cut interest rates. The stock market usually does this next. And hint, it says here, it may surprise you, right? So let me come down and show you guys what's going on here. So we all know we're going to get that 25 basis point cut. The Fed funds rate's at 4.5 right now. It's going to go down to 4.25. Maybe if we got a 50 basis point, it goes down to 4%. I doubt that. But yeah, we all know what the Fed does. This article goes into what the Fed does or how it sets monetary policy, blah, blah, blah. This is the important part. The stock market typically struggles after interest rate cuts. You can see right here. The Federal Reserve or rather Federal Reserve policymakers have lowered the Fed funds rate target 55 times since 1990. So we've had 55 cuts in the last 35 years, in other words, right? And investors are usually excited by the prospect of lower rates because, of course, consumers and businesses spend more money when the cost of borrowing drops, right? Which theoretically leads to more robust economic growth and stronger corporate financial results. We know that, but hoping for rate cuts is somewhat paradoxical. You guys can see interest rate cuts are essentially medicine for a slowing economy, which we know the labor market has slowed down. So investors rooting for rate cuts are hoping the economy is sick enough to need medicine, but not so sick as to cause a recession. Yeah, I mean, that's a great way to put it. When policymakers make changes to the Fed funds rate, it means they are concerned about one half of their dual mandate to maintain stable prices and maximum employment. In other words, either inflation is too high or employment is too low. Let me show you this. This is interesting as well. Given the excitement rate cuts generate, investors may be surprised to learn that stocks often struggle in the aftermath. Since 1990, which again, we've had 55 rate cuts since then in the last 35 years, the S&P 500 has returned an average 3% during the 12-month period after interest rate cuts. Think about that, 3% after interest rate cuts. So the S&P has gone up this year. What's it gone up? A good amount. Let's just say that. Let's say 20%. It's been a decent year, or 15, whatever the heck it is. Think about now in the next 12 years, it only goes up 3%. That's historically on average what the S&P has returned after 12 months after interest rate cuts. 3%. So do you think that's what's going to happen this year? I mean, it's not for sure guaranteed, obviously. It's just an average. But it's interesting because you'd think, oh, rate cuts, stocks are going to go to the moon, right? Not necessarily. We can see here comparatively, the index has added about 9% annually, excluding dividends, during the last 35 years, easily topping its post-rate cut returns. So we notice, guys, stocks struggle, or not even struggle, they still go up 3%, but on average, the returns are lower post-rate cuts, 12 months post-rate cuts, than normally. You know what I mean? So what do you guys think? Take that for what you will, right? But with that being said, Wall Street analysts still think we're going up another 11%, baby, because this time's different, right? It might be. It very well might be. But currently, the forecast says the S&P 500 will hit 7,300 in the next year, which implies about 11% upside from where it is right now. What do you guys think about that? So, yeah, man, that's what we're dealing with. That's what we're working with right now. S&P, QQQ, they're selling off in anticipation of the cuts here. I'm not surprised there. We called it out. And SoFi, again, is selling off a bit as well, but definitely in a spot where we could be setting ourselves up for that double bottom breakout. Potentially. Not guaranteed, of course. Do your own research, guys. But yeah, with that being said, that's pretty much it for the video. Hit the like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Join the Patreon if you want to keep up with what I'm doing in my portfolio. You guys want to see my buys, everything I'm doing throughout the entire week, updates weekly, that's on Patreon down below. And with that being said, guys, cheers. I'll catch you all in the next video.